for joining us on Tea or Coffee again. I did say that we'll be talking about women empowerment, and we're talking about the place of women, the role of women in society, and exactly what what we need to do to ensure that it is not just all talk, but then there is action. And so this morning, I almost lost my phone there. So this morning, joining me on the show, I have two guests on the show this morning, but the first guest that will be joining me this morning is a PR specialist. She likes to call herself the silent PR specialist. I have Yetunde Ogunubi on the show today. With over 18 years experience, she's an award-winning PR consultant, fondly called Yetty. She's the founder and lead publicist at the YD company. She also heads tactical marketing and PR for Clupa, a UK-based property management platform. Thanks for joining me on the show this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So earlier on, we reached out. We threw open the conversation to members of the public, and we asked for their opinion on what they think the role of women in society should be. Now, the question we asked specifically is, what are your thoughts on women empowerment? And they had quite a number of things to say. Okay. Now, there's Moyi from Lagos who said, women empowerment helps women believe and understand that they are as valuable as men. I'd like for us to quickly delve into this conceptions or ideologies about what women empowerment is, because I believe that we need to set the standard of what women empowerment should be. So I'd like for you and I to look at these views and, consider if, the nuances are correct. So what do you think about Moyi saying that women empowerment helps women to believe that and understand that they are as valuable as men?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of women are almost in the same level playing fields as men in so many industries nowadays. But do they get the same dividends as what the men are getting? So I strongly believe that, having this conversation makes, women have to think that, yes, I'm valuable, I deserve much more than what I'm getting, as much as you're contributing to the industry or the society. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now, Joy from Ogun says, the only way women empowerment can happen is if there is a common and helpful way for women to help women. Not only women, though. Men need to play a major part in women empowerment. Then she said, it gets why.
I think we need to start from women first, helping each other. Okay. We're having conversation earlier on that there's a lot that goes up in the air saying women supporting women. Are we actually supporting each other? If there's something that says charity begins at home. If we can support each other, why should men want to support us? Right? There is a saying where, I would actually use the team for event happening. Eloy was, when you win, she wins. So when she does well, she's able to, pull you through as well, and together we can win. Then we can start telling guys, I don't think we actually do need to tell them. When people see you, supporting each other, other people can, come in as well.
Yeah. So I like the angle you're coming from, but I have Lukman here saying that empowering a lady is good, but empowering the wrong lady can be very bad. Now, my question is, what is a right lady? What is a wrong lady? Is there anything like that? Is there any concept like that?
I'm going to generalize this, right? I'm a strong believer in sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Be open-minded, regardless of whether you think it will turn around good or not. Do your duty as, to support and empower. Then it's up to, I don't know whether you get what I'm trying to say. It shouldn't be whether this person will come out right or wrong. Do your duty to empower.
Yeah. So let's move away from, because I have funny comments here. Let me give you one more before we move away from this. Rukayat from Lagos says, we need to empower women because women are handlers. You give a woman a bag of corn, she brings popcorn, cornflakes, she multiplies. And we don't want to raise a generation of women that can't afford certain financial things on their own. Now, is empowerment just primarily financial?
Um, Absolutely not. Empowerment comes in different ways. Financial is part of it. Education is part of it as well. Learning, training, um, giving them leeway to making things easier. For example, there might be training courses that could take one from being a receptionist to being an, how will I say, a major part of the company. Yeah. So training, conversation, networking, and I'm not sure whether, I mean, COVID year has really,
Changed
a lot of things. Yeah. So before, networking was the in thing, right? Where you can just, people can meet, maybe their mentors from conversations and stuff like that. But things have changed a bit. Now we have the digital space where we have conferences, we have short courses. So there's so many things you can do to empower women. Money is part of it, especially in the society we are in, because a lot of things needs to be get done with money. But that you need to educate first before the money part comes in. Yeah.
All right. So let's look at the challenges that women are faced with in society. When we hear, I don't know why, I don't know if it is a thing with Nigerians, when we hear the word challenges, the first thing that comes to our mind is financial challenges. But let us delve into other challenges that comes with being a woman in the society.
In what aspect now?
Well, in any aspect, as long as it relates to women. Now, I would always say that you can't identify all the challenges all at once, because one challenge might just be the result of another one. So, but if we can at least pick out some and how society can address it, then at least we have maybe one step ahead, we've gone one step ahead of what we used to have.
The reason why I was saying, asking which area, there's so many areas that needs to be addressed. Take, for example, a 40-year-old woman, I'm 40-year-old, by the way, that is not married, and you have a 30-year-old that is married. Society will respect a 30-year-old married woman more than a 40-year-old who isn't married. Those needs to be changed. The ideologies like that needs to be changed. Same as if you're married, or now I'm going to use a perfect example. There was a day I was driving and a guy almost hit my car, and I came out. I was a bit laid back in the first place, but the guy was just giving all sorts of attitudes. And I came out and I said, you can't just, the next comment you would say is, oh, no wonder you're not married. No wonder, oh, you're driving this kind of car, you must be doing some certain things. So the ideology is in this society where women are winning, doing their own thing, then the society frowns at you being a single lady achieving. You must be doing some other things.
It has to be attached to a man's name.
Exactly. So all those little things needs to change as well, because women will be scared of achieving more than what they should aim for, because the society frowns at them. When you're winning so much, you won't be able to get some certain things as well.
I have a postulation about that. And how will I put this now? How do we place women who, on a normal day, would not do anything, or whose successes are tied to their attachments to men, or doing some other things? For instance, there's this ideology that there are some women, that we even know some women who the only thing they think, or the only way they think they can make it quick or get quick money, is if they sleep around or they do some funny activities, which puts a dent on the, so to speak, hard-working woman who goes to work, who sweats, who does this just to make sure she's a success. Now, how do we close that disparity? A school of thought would say that it's her body, it's her rules. You shouldn't measure because she does it, and that's what gives her, you know, the level of success she has. Does not now mean that her success is invalid compared to somebody who doesn't do that, but decides that this is my own path to success. Does not invalidate any. So I'm rich, but I got rich because maybe I have one big baba somewhere giving me money because of what I do to get the money. And then there's another person who's also very rich, very successful, very influential because of the work that she brings to the table. Now, there's a school of thought that would say one does not invalidate the other. Another school of thought would say, no, this one makes it look like this person did not go through all of that hazardous journey to get to where they are. So how do we balance that out?
That's a bit tricky because I, for one, in recent times, I tell people I don't judge, right?
Yeah.
But the social media age has also had a bit of influence in that part, where a lot of young people don't want to, you know, climb the ladder. Everybody just wants to, So I feel like it's up to the achievers, those people doing well, to educate the younger ones as well. I'm going to use younger ones because they are the ones that
this behavior is being mirrored for.
Exactly. So it's up to us to educate and speak up as well. Like, we all face challenges, you know, through this journey of, you know, being an entrepreneur or a business owner. It doesn't come easy. People tell stories that makes it, you know, even hard for you that you're working at to think, why am I doing this in the first place? Look at this person. You know, the social media, like I said, gives a wrong idea of what people go through, you know, through their journey. So it's high time people start talking. It's not easy. You will get there. There are challenges, but it's more, integrity-wise, it's more better for you to, you know, not rely on any man to, you know, achieve your goals and dreams.
Let's talk about what, excuse me, what covers empowerment. Some people like to think that empowerment is when they go to rural places, rural communities, basically, and hand the women there a cup of rice, 3 bags of, I don't know, 3 spoons of beans, 1 sack of
They'll finish in a day.
So what exactly counts as empowerment?
Like I earlier said, empowerment stems from, you know, education, learning. Also, if you're going to, like I said, if you're going to give somebody money, if you don't, you know, teach them how to spend the money or multiply it, you're always going to have to spoon feed them. That's not the way to grow a society or empower women. Educating them, giving them, you know, how will I say, connecting them to ways they can further develop themselves. You know, you can start by maybe giving them internships or
skill acquisition programs.
Exactly. A lot of organizations, you know, I mean, I could mention names, I won't mention names, that have the power to, like, empower these young women, you know, for them to then, you know, skill up to, you know, running their business, being able to afford, you know, to take themselves away from,
Okay. I'm about to let you go, but I want us to run through 2 more comments from what our viewers sent in. Now, this person, Esther from Lagos, says, women empowerment is not something new. Rather, it is not so common. We need good ideas on how women can help women. I, for one, believe in helping people solve their problems with any help I can offer. What do you think of what Esther had to say?
Absolutely. Women empowerment has been around for years, but I think it's much more visible now. I would say it starts from the lady next door. How are you empowering the woman close to you? It may start from, I'm going to use Iyashade. Iyashade could be my cleaner, who I feel like she could be doing better. She's been with me for a long time. How can I upgrade her? I can educate Iyashade how to, you know, if you go buy this, you can start your business. Yes. Do you understand? We should aim to make the women around us grow. So it's not just the big organization. What are we doing to support the people close to us? If we start with that, the journey to empowerment will be far more easier. Yeah.
Okay. So someone said, that's Hemi from Benin, says, women empowerment is very important and necessary. Everyone should have equal opportunities. What do you think about the term equal opportunities?
Equal opportunities in terms of, is it men and women, or?
Yes, I want to believe so.
Absolutely. I believe in rewarding people through merit, not rewarding people through gender, or he's a guy, she's a woman, or she doesn't need, no. Merit. If she's giving it more, if she's adding value more, reward her accordingly. So in terms of that, I would say yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that brings me to the question of merits and awards and rewards.
Yes.
So I'd like for us to talk about how awards or rewards or merits, how it also further ingrains the message of empowerment for women.
For awards and merit, I feel like when people are doing well, it's only fair to encourage them. Not only are you encouraging them, you're also encouraging people around them, because if people say that, oh, this person is doing well, she's been working hard at this, and oh, wow, she deserved that, I would want to, you know, be on that same playing field. So it's all about winning. How do people win? Sometimes it involves around encouraging. I mean, it may not seem as much, but I definitely feel like rewarding, accolading, giving merit to people doing great things is very important in our society to encourage. There's so much there's so much struggles going on. So if people can pull through that to make things happen, we should celebrate that. Yeah.
I think that I like the fact that recognition, there's a way, someone and I were talking yesterday, and he said, oh, I'm not someone, I used to think that I don't like praise singing, when people tell me, oh, you've done such a fantastic job, until someone actually stood in front of authority and praised me for a job well done. I felt on top of the world. And then it just ripples down to the fact that when you acknowledge that someone is doing something, not that, you know, sometimes when people want to do it and hide, they don't want to have the recognition. And some other people are not even doing half that work, and they're shouting about how much they are doing. So how do we bridge that gap to ensure that, yes, we know that you are shouting, that you are doing. I mean, today I post a picture of myself lifting this on social media. I lift it every day for the next 30 days, and I say, yes, I have lifted a flower vase for the last 30 days. It's something people say, oh wow, you were consistent. But then there's somebody else who is probably not doing anything, or somebody else who is doing more. So how do we bridge the gap of recognition in such a way that those that are doing more would not feel like, oh, really, so I'm not that important, you know, when the chips are down?
It's a balanced situation, to be honest. You have to give credit to the people that did the work as well. I say a lot that each to their own. Some people just want to do things quietly because that's who they are. But it's also good to also identify those people. They're not seen, but if people recognize and can do a bit more research, you'll probably find that person because they're doing so much, but they're adding so much value. I mean, in that society that, okay, where I would use older generation they do things silently, quietly. So it's up to those people recognizing to go,
yes.
go out, go in there to see those women, because they are the true story of, you know, success, where you don't need any validation from other people to do what you're doing. Yeah.
I'd like for you to touch on Eloy Awards just
Okay.
before I let you go. Just
Okay.
a tad bit.
Yeah.
What is the criteria? What's the word now? How viable is that recognition? What does it do for whoever is recognized and given an award?
You know what Eloy Awards mean? Exquisite Lady of the Year award, and this award has been running for a long time, right? I think is one of the only few awards celebrating women in Nigeria. I'm lucky to be part of it. I've not won an award yet. I'm not sure I'm going to. But the truth of the matter
Maybe
is...
if they're giving awards for silent PR specialists. I get you there.
But it does a lot. I mean, when you think about the success story over the year, when Eloy Awards is able to identify women before they even become, you know, the huge magnet they are, is one of the key things that, you know, Eloy Awards does. It's like a, most of the women that have won the awards over the years have gone on to become a huge success story. Like I said, it's all about encouragement. So if you don't have the kick before, this is more like a kick. To pushing you.
A reality push.
Exactly. Yes.
Thank you so much, Yetty, for joining me this morning. Because I know that Tewa is coming on very shortly to talk extensively about the Eloy Awards. I need to take a break now. When we come back, Tea or Coffee continues. Don't go anywhere.